Welcome back. As someone who was killed by Mario in the past, you'd understand that I want him dead. But you can't just kill Mario, you gotta replace him first. Introducing the Mariokiller. A Mariokiller is basically any platform action game bragging itself on being the next Mario. These types of games exist in most genres. A lot of early FPS games are just trying to be Doom, but better! Even id Software themselves did essentially that with Quake. Anyway, our first potential murderer, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, the voice in my head suggests I shut up about this subject, but damn does this game suck. For a game that's advertised as being so much faster than Mario World, this is so much slower than Mario World. I'd like to give it benefit of the doubt and say that's the PAL 50Hz in me talking, but no! Even in the SNES comparison ad, which Sega made themselves, mind you, the game looks far worse, still. Which, props for being honest, but is not a good way to advertise your game. I think if Sonic 2 came first, much better luck for them. But this is Sonic Speed Cap 1. Tried his darndest, but even that was barely a scratch on the guy. Sony?
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
It's way better than this, I swear. This only really applies to the first game, I suppose, because Naughty Dog learned their lesson. If it was even them behind that ad. Because this really could have been attributed to three main parties. Sony, Universal, or Naughty Dog. But as much as I'd love to talk about game ads someday, that's not only not what I'm talking about, but also is a Scott the Woz episode. Crash Bandicoot, unlike Sonic the Hedgehog, is really good. As much as people love to hate the first game, I think it's great. It's tight, your movement flows well from jump to spin to run in a way that makes it feel fair, despite the difficulty being as infamously grueling as it is later on. As for its attempt at killing Mario, if Sonic scratched him, Crash sat down and had a nice cup of tea with the guy. Crash isn't actually trying to be anything like Mario. If you want to argue it's an anything killer, it should be Sonic. Apart from that one ad, Crash Bandicoot is just a good game on its own. So Sony was a bust. Microsoft? You can tell how this one turned out. Mario, Sonic, prepare for war. Blinx is here. Please leave. Published by Microsoft Game Studios and developed by Artoon, Blinx the Time Sweeper is a game about the cat-like thing Blinx, who is part of a species that all share the same model. This game actually has a neat gimmick, that being time control, which would be fun if the game had a halfway decent jump. You jump, kinda, and sink like a rock. It feels like the jump in Portal. Key difference being that this is a platformer, and Portal isn't. I think another thing that drags this game down for me is how much it feels like it wants to be the next big thing. Only on Xbox is plastered on the title screen. It wants to be Microsoft's Mario. Instead of just setting out to be a good game, it wants to be a successful game. And like every other game trying to do that, it wasn't! Well, let's see. How did it fare against Mario? Blinx sold 600,000 copies by 2004. Oh, nice. How many did Mario Sunshine sell? 6 million? Oh. Look, I could go on for ages about any game that tried to beat Mario, like Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, Croc, or hell, Blinx 2. But it's just not worth my while. Mario can't and will never be killed. I mean, he already killed me before. What's he gonna do? Do it again?